Hi folks, Christian Brindle here, and today we're going to be talking to you about a Medicare supplement plan called the Medicare Supplement Plan D. Now, what's this plan all about? It's a plan you probably don't hear a lot about. You probably typically only hear about plans G and N and F and things like that. But there are other types of Medicare supplements out there. There's actually quite a few, as a matter of fact. Now, for those of you who may not know, Medicare supplement plans act as a secondary insurance to Medicare Parts A and B. Medicare Parts A and B kind of fit like two pieces of a puzzle that fit together that provide a person with medical coverage. A Medicare supplement plan is going to come through and pay the 20% that Medicare leaves behind. Medicare typically pays 80%, and the Medicare supplement will typically pay 20%. But Medicare also has deductibles and things like that kind of make it a little more complicated. Medicare supplement plans are plans that are designed by the government in terms of how much of what Medicare leaves behind they're going to pay on the medical bills, and they're given to private insurance companies to market as is, and the insurance company is going to determine how much they want to charge in terms of prices. So let's get right into the Plan D here. So Plan D is a plan that doesn't get talked about quite enough, in my opinion. It's not as popular as it used to be. It's kind of an older plan, and this is kind of what the benefits look like. So Medicare is based into these two different angles, if you will. You have Medicare Part A charges and Medicare Part B charges. Medicare Part A is typically going to include inpatient hospital costs, and when I say the hospital, I mean the physical hospital, the room, the bed, the walls, the ceiling. It does not include the doctors in the hospital. It does not include the anesthesiologist, the IV in your arm, or anything of that nature. Medicare Part A also has skilled nursing facility charges fall into that jurisdiction, which is basically like overnight rehab is a nice way you can think of that. They also have blood work. Medicare doesn't pay for the first 3 pints of blood. And then Medicare also pays 80% of hospice care. The supplement will come through and pay 20% of hospice care. Medicare Part B will cover the doctors in the hospital, outpatient stuff, doctor's appointments, durable medical equipment, and on and on and on. So everything you see here is going to have every medical cost pretty much included into it that Medicare has, and every medical procedure falls into one of these categories you see on the screen here. So as you can see, you have with Medicare Part A, there's a Medicare Part A deductible. It's typically about $1,400. That's paid for by the Plan D. Medicare Part B coinsurance is basically Medicare Part B will pay 80% of the doctor's fees and any other Medicare Part B charge. The supplement for Plan D will pay the 20%. Plan D will pay for the first 3 pints of blood that Medicare doesn't pay for. Medicare Part D will pay the 20% of hospice care that Part A doesn't pay for. Skilled nursing, the first 20 days are paid for completely by Medicare, then there's a copay after that from days 21 through 100. Medicare Part D pays those copays. I mentioned that Medicare Part D also pays the deductible. Medicare Part D does not, Medicare Plan D does not pay for the Medicare Part B deductible, and that is $198 one time a year this year in 2020. That's basically any Medicare Part B charge that could trigger that Medicare Part B deductible, and there's various ones of them. Think of it as like a one-time a year deductible, and then after that's met, you have full coverage for the rest of the year. Medicare Plan D does not also pay for Medicare Part B excess charges. Basically what that is that that's the doctors want to tack on anything extra on top of the bill in addition to the charges. Now, in some states it's illegal. It's very, very rare that this happens. It typically never happens. I personally have never seen it happen in my career before. So the main thing you have to worry about is that Medicare Part B deductible. And then, of course, they also provide some out-of-the-country travel, foreign travel, which basically comes with a $250 deductible, and then they'll pay 80% of your bill up to a lifetime of $50,000 out of the country. So that's a Plan D for you. It's almost identical to a Plan G. The only difference between a G and a D is the Plan G pays for the Part B excess charges and the Plan D does not. The only difference between an F and a Plan D is Plan F pays for the Part B deductible as well as the excess charges. And the only thing that's different between a Plan D and a Plan N is Plan N comes with 2 copays, an up to $20 doctor copay and a $50 emergency room copay, whereas Plan D does not. So I'd say coverage-wise, it's just as good as some of these other plans. It's in the same stratosphere and category. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video about Medicare Supplement Plan D. If you did, do me a favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe, and drop a comment on what you'd like to see us talk about on future videos. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care.